What's good, everybody? It is a brand new month. I am fired up. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not even close. I am excited for a lot of different reasons today. First and foremost, we've been in a lull. I've been talking about it since the Super Bowl. It's been kind of up and down. Yesterday, let's go ahead and show what happened. And again, not a horrible last 3 weeks, but not great. And I said, you know what? Let's put everything behind us. Let's forget about February and really get locked in on championship week and on March Madness. We're going to have so many big shows just for you. Little housekeeping. Later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys loved it so much last week. We're going to be doing 2 live streams a week for the NBA. So at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, join us right here on this YouTube channel and where you listen on Apple or Spotify. And we'll have a solid 45 minutes to an hour and break down the night in the National Basketball Association. I tried to tell you guys last night, I want to bring in the stars of the show before I start crowing it just a little bit. Look at this beautiful group of people. I'm going to do my introductions, then I'm going to start crowing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fantastic show today. Let's go live from Las Vegas, first and foremost. Mr. Simony, I threw you off yesterday. And what did you do? You responded with a stone-cold lock. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. You know what? It was great to see Fordham. I needed that win after last week. It was a rough week for me on the show. Tongue twister right there. But we got it done with Fordham. And I want to also say they're the only team I've seen wear the Ukrainian flag. They had it on their jerseys yesterday to support one of their teammates, so that was good to see.
I'm glad you brought that up because I have a little announcement to make here in a second. We call her the Ice Queen. You can call her Alabama, whatever. Just call her to the pay window. Allie, good morning, my dear.
Good morning, guys. Happy to be here today. Happy play I really like. So.
Oh, my God. When she really likes a play and she does that little devilish smile, you better lock it in. Lock it in before it goes up. Also, he is our NBA expert. Mikey B. Mr. Barner, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Yeah, looking forward to some basketball tonight, but I really want to hear you get crowing here, so I'm going to shut up and let you go.
You know what? Well, there's a couple things I need to hit on before we get to our storylines. I mean, I'm glad you teed me up there, Mikey. Thank you very much. So last night, everybody came at me on Twitter, and they're like, Coach, why would you go against Chip? Why would you go against the expert? Well, you guys all saw it play out. I had the over 156.5. He had the under 156.5. We had a showdown. You don't test me on showdowns. It sailed to the over. I believe it was like 168 or 169. The fact it went to overtime didn't even play into it, but it played into my handicapping. That's how next level I am. But because I received that good luck, here's what I'm going to do. And I hate to make a sharp left turn, but this is very serious. So I got a call last night. You guys all know what Cameo is, right? You know what Cameo is, the Cameo videos, right? Yeah. So I've done probably 1,500 the last couple of years. So I do them for all different kinds of people. I love it. I don't do it for the money. So what we're doing for the next 7 days is every Cameo video that is done that people buy in, all the money will go to the fight for the Ukrainian people that are having to fight for themselves for no reason whatsoever. So order your Cameo videos from me. All the money, 100%, I'm not keeping a dime, will go to that fight. And I'm glad the good people from Cameo are doing it. The last thing I've got to get to. So you guys remember we hit the AB3 3 times in a row. So I said, I'm going to give out $100. You guys remember that on the show? So I contacted the guy yesterday. He watches the show all the time. In fact, he may be in the chats right now. His Twitter handle was this, _face_of_USDA. So I thought maybe he worked for a meat packing company or something like that. I thought maybe it was meat related. So I contacted him. I said, hey, listen, what's your Venmo handle? So he sends it back to me, and this is what it was, and I wrote it down to make sure I had it right. Baby Daddy 0621. So I said, is that correct? He goes, yes, Baby Daddy 0621. I said, what do you have? One kid with this woman? No, we have 4. I said, what? You're 4 kids? 4 kids. Oh, my God, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. All right, let's go. Storylines could affect the betting lines today. And you know what? I want to throw it off again. I want to start on the ice where Miss Ice Queen, there are certain things happening in Las Vegas. When players come back, it can really help a team. And I believe your storyline is all about that today. You're up.
All right. So the Vegas Golden Knights, they're getting Robin Leonard back. It wasn't really that long that he was out, about 2 weeks, but like most injuries in the NHL, we really don't get a lot of information. So I know there is a lot of speculation about whether he'd actually be able to even return before the season ends. Thankfully he is, and he will be making that return tonight versus the Sharks, which I do think, it's a nice little, if you want to put that in a parlay or something like that there. But I think it's definitely something to keep an eye on, because obviously they play totally different when he's in net versus even Brossoit.
I love it. Oh, I love it. All those little storylines we tell you all the time, especially this year in the NHL. In the NHL, these type of storylines, they change the entire outlook of a game. Allie, well done. All right, now, it's March 1st. This is all about March Madness, but we have so many people that tweet at us and say, hey, I need education here. Maybe a little entertainment here, but mostly education on what I'm doing. Who would I go to for a tip to bet in March? Oh, Zach Attack. What do you got?
Yeah, a few years back, I have to give a shout out. Patrick Everson, one of the best reporters out there for sports betting. I did a video with him with March Madness betting tips, and I want to go over one. You hear this time and time again. A team will be playing an overtime game, or they'll play 4 games in 4 days, that type of thing. And then everyone wants to say, this team's going to be tired, take the opposing team. That is not the case. I think overtime helps a team because they beat the elements. They know how to respond in the tough through adversity. So look at what's happening right now. Creighton or Providence, they just had a triple overtime game against Xavier. They had a small line at home over the weekend against Creighton, just absolutely destroyed them coming off that triple overtime game against Xavier. And there's another team today out in the Big West with Cal Santa Barbara. They played an overtime game against Thursday against UC Davis. They won that game, and then they played a double overtime game against UC Riverside on Saturday. They're going to be a huge favorite today, 15-point favorite against Cal State Northridge.
That is a great, great nugget. You just got to do a little bit extra work on yourself. I mean, you can come here to the Early Edge of SportsLine. We got you taken care of, but do a little bit of work on your own, and you can really get an edge. See what I did there? All right. Now, I literally said to myself last night, as I was looking through all the NBA scores and SportsLine, by the way, all the models last night, they were killing it. I don't blindly bet, but I followed the model, and last night I had a great, great night at SportsLine. And I said to myself, I'm not betting on the Miami Heat against them or for them because I just don't know. They can be NBA championship quality, or they can be kind of grinded out ugly. But my man, Mikey B, he has found a number and a play that maybe I can sink my teeth into. Mikey, what do you got?
Yeah, the Heat are plus 500 to win the Eastern Conference. Coach, you've been crowing this morning about your big win. I'm kind of licking my wounds after the Bulls got hammered last night. Bulls got hammered by the Heat. It did not look good. And they did that with Kyle Lowry not even playing. The Heat are winning the Eastern Conference right now. They're the top team. They're a nightmare defensively. A lot of the talk has been about Kyle Lowry's addition, but don't forget about PJ Tucker. He's going to be big to play defense against Kevin Durant and Giannis. They're also one of the few teams that matches up well against the Sixers because they have Bam Adebayo to battle with Joel Embiid. Again, the Heat are plus 500 to win the Eastern Conference. The Nets are plus 300. The Bucks are plus 330. And the 76ers are plus 360. So that's a pretty big difference there. So, Coach, this might be one of those sprinkles.
My man, on brand. How about just a little sprinkle? Well, I mean, you're getting such a good number because when you think about it, you got the Nets, you got the Sixers now, and you got the Bucks. And those are 3 teams. And obviously, they don't have to get by all 3 of them. So a pretty good number at plus 500. Awesome. Awesome stuff by all 3 of you. But people come to this show, well, for a lot of reasons. To laugh, to cry, but also to get winners. So let's get right into it. I've got 2 plays from SportsLine that I'm going to use right here, right now. Now, you know how much I love or I hate an under. Today's not really an under, but it kind of is because this is a sneaky way that the guru, Martin W. Green, gets the number to come down. So we're going to go Coppa Italia. A little on the pitch, 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. Inter Milan, AC Milan. How about these numbers? Both teams to score 25 of the last 27 Serie A games. You can see those on Paramount Plus. Synergy. They have scored. For Inter, 23 out of the last 26 games. In league, they have scored. That's a combination. I'm not a math major. 48 out of 53 games, both teams have scored. We'll take it at plus 110 because we're going to play under 4.5 goals as well. So both teams to score under 4.5 brings it down to plus 110. We love that. Then let's go to the court for the second play. We're going to go Southern Utah, Montana State. This is a classic Zach Attack game right here. So I'm going to steal the mojo. I'm going to steal the mojo. We're going to go Montana State minus 3.5. Our model has Montana State 69% of the time they cover the spread on short rest. This is a short rest. 100% of the time against the spread, Southern Utah this season. So let's get that done. I want to make sure I said that right. Montana State is 100% against the spread against Southern Utah this season. It's kind of a quirky stat, but I'll use it because they send it to me. All right, so those are 2 plays on SportsLine. But where do I start today? Where do I start today? I'm not going to throw Zach off. He's our OG. So, Allie, you said you have a play that you love. I'm not going to make you wait anymore. High school. You're up first. What do you got?
Okay, so today I have the New Jersey Devils at the Columbus Blue Jackets over 6.5. I think this is a really good position because the Devils, they're coming off a back-to-back, and they actually just won last night, 7-2. So just by themselves, they covered that over. But it also kind of goes to show that the Blue Jackets are a really offensively minded team, and they hit overs, I think, now beating the Panthers. So it's really important that you have those 2 goalies, and they have Nico Dawes for the Devils, and he's actually done fairly well, but he's still really young. I mean, he's only played in a few games, so he's bound to have his decline. And then you also, for the Blue Jackets, Merzlikins or Berube, neither of those guys have been very strong options. So I think it's really just going to be a who can score the most goals game tonight. And I would obviously love to be on the over for that situation.
You always know how to get right to my heart, Miss Allie, because I love overs. And I love all of those nuggets to get to the over. And I would encourage you all. I don't want to see one person in the chat go, Coach, it's already at 7. Coach, play it right now before it changes. We know people watch the show. We know people know how good she is. Get it in right now. All right. By the way, and I hate to put you on the spot, but somebody in the chat is on Edmonton today, and I'm looking very quickly to see who they're playing because where's Edmonton today?
I think they're playing the Flyers.
Oh, see, I was testing you. They're playing the Flyers. Do you have any thoughts on that game whatsoever?
I mean, I like the over there too, but I actually probably would maybe even consider playing the Flyers on the puck line if it's not too bad.
Okay, very good. See, that's all we have to do right there. See that? So take the information and use it for what you will. But don't tweet back, oh, Allie's. No, she just gave you the information. Use it for what you will. Now, you know how hard it is for me to decide who goes in the maestro spot when the maestro is not on the show. But today, Mikey B, you made it very easy on me. I cannot put a person in that spot that says to me, I'm licking my wounds. I need to have somebody that came off a strong winner last night. So, Mikey B, I'm going to put you in the sandwich. You're the peanut butter and jelly to the bread. All right? So, Mikey B, you're up next. What do you got?
Well, just to go on record, I did not pick the Bulls last night. They are just my team, so I'm a depressed fan today, not a handicapper. So we'll do that. But on to the pick. I'm going to go to the Raptors and the Nets. I'm going to go Raptors minus 8.5. That's a pretty big line, but they beat the Nets by 36 points yesterday. It was grotesque. They blew them out. Fred VanVleet didn't even play. Pascal Siakam was 2 for 14 from the field, and they still destroyed him. This game is being played in Toronto, which means Kyrie Irving still can't play. Andre Drummond hurt himself in that game yesterday, so who knows if he's going to be available for the Nets. I think Fred VanVleet plays this game. I think they rested him yesterday because it was the first game of a back-to-back. I think Siakam plays well. Not just going to go 2 for 14 again. So, again, this is a big number, but I still like the Raptors minus 8.5.
You know what's crazy is I hit the model at SportsLine had the over for that game. So I played the over, and it hit very easily. Toronto's really started scoring too, Mikey, right? They've been a pretty good over team for me the last 2 or 3 weeks, yes?
Yeah, which is really crazy. And one more cool stat I forgot to throw at you. The second game of back-to-back set for both of these teams. In that situation, the Raptors are 9-3 against the spread. The Nets are 2-8 against the spread. So we got pretty 2 ends of the extremes there.
And you forgot to give that to us? Mikey!
I know. Can you believe it, Doug? I was just so excited to tell you that I didn't actually pick the Bulls. I'm just sad about them.
Hey, I understand. And I wouldn't even have guessed that you're a Bulls fan. I don't even know where anybody in the chat got that from. Okay. All right. Try to make sure that we've got everything down. Did Coach injure his finger? No, you know what happened? You know what happened yesterday? True story. Thank you, Chad, for noticing my Band-Aid. I was opening a can, and I sliced my finger. It was nasty. There was blood everywhere. Yeah, it was nasty. So you make fun of my serious injury here. I almost had to go to the emergency room for that. You want to make fun of my injury? I'm just messing with you. Of course, you can make fun of a little stupid cut and wearing a Band-Aid. I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. Come on. All right.
Coach, weren't you opening a can of whoop? Oh,
You're damn right. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you. Why didn't I? Oh, that would have been a great one on Chad. Open that can of. Oh, that'd have been awesome. Damn it, Mikey. Good one. Good one by you. All right. Let's get to our OG. You know that the last spot on the show is coveted. It is a spot that you start to feel the pressure a little bit. But when you've been on the show a few times, you're like, you know what? I can handle it. I can handle it. So, Zach Attack, I know you can handle it. I know Fordham was a lock for us, but I've already forgotten about that one. I need to know what's right in front of me. Floor is yours.
All right, let's do it, Coach. I know Larry's watching right here, so we're going to start off with the MAC. Ohio -8.5 on the road against Bowling Green. How bad is this Bowling Green team? They've lost 6 straight games, Coach, and this spread is actually higher in Ohio. We know they haven't been playing too well lately. This spread is higher than when Ohio hosted Bowling Green in mid-January. It was an 8-point spread for Ohio in that game. They won by 7, but now it's 8.5 on the road. So that speaks just to how poorly Bowling Green is playing. They've had a big dip in offensive production. Only scored 68 in their last outing, and I think Ohio, they're going to be the angry team here. They're coming off their worst defensive performance of the year. They gave up 91 points against Akron. There's just too many veteran players on this Bobcats team. I think they respond nicely here. Let's take them -8.5 against Bowling Green. And then a little bit under the radar play with New Hampshire +4 against UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell, they're one of those teams that plays up above the competition against the good teams at home and down to the competition against the average teams. New Hampshire is one of those average teams, just 9-8 in American East Conference play. And I also think this is one of those senior day factors. Alan Blunt, one of UMass Lowell's best player, the only senior on the team, his parents will be in the crowd. I think he's going to have a subpar game because of that. And another little tidbit, his brother, a sophomore guard, comes off the bench. So maybe he'll feel that a little bit as well. So let's take New Hampshire +4. And New Hampshire already beat them earlier in conference play, 67-61.
Yeah, I was watching last night. They were talking about how senior night can adversely affect a person's performance because of the extra emotion and all that kind of stuff. It takes your energy out of you. So interesting nugget there by you. By the way, somebody in the chat mentioned St. Peter's. They are laying 4, I believe, today to Manhattan. They have been a terrific team. We've cast them twice in the last week. If you like St. Peter's, there's very few teams, small college teams. Am I right, Zach, playing better than St. Peter's right now?
Oh, they had one of the best blowouts against Niagara on Sunday. I had that as a personal play and was an easy catch. They cruised, I think, by 30+ points.
Fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. I need to call an audible here because I saw something in the chat that I need to make sure it's correct. AB, can you show your face, please? There.
What up?
What are you doing, man?
Just, looking at the chat, cracking up.
I know you are. I know you are. So I read in the chat that we have hit the AB3 not 3 times in a row, but 4 times in a row.
Correct,
right?
sir. Yep.
All right. So I'm a man of the people, right? That if we're on a roll, I want to keep it going. So what did we do the other day? We gave out one play, right?
Yep.
We gave out $100.
Yep.
So what do you think we should do today if we hit it 5 days in a row?
The $100 sounds good, and then we shout them out on the show tomorrow, right? Like it's pretty simple. Unless you want to double it up.
I think we do too. So for the next 60 seconds, type your Twitter handle into the chat. If the AB3 hits tonight, we'll give away 2 $100 prizes. That's it. We Venmo. There is no, you got to do this, you got to do that. Just $100. 2 people. Straight cash. Ask Baby Daddy 0621. It happens. All right. So type your Twitter handle into the chat. AB is going to select 2 at random. He will tell me after the show which 2 he picked. And then if the AB3 hits, 2 very lucky people, a C note in your Venmo account. And for me, my Venmo account is just large right now. I've been hitting so many showdowns. I don't even know what to do. There's so much money in it. All right, AB, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Go away.
All right.
Go away. Don't want to see that face anymore. All right, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of AB on the ones and the twos, and it is absolutely glorious. Zach attacks on 2 plays today. Ohio minus 8.5. They can score. The over in that game, the total is 157.5. These two teams can light up the scoreboard, and as Zach said, Ohio is going to be hot at the way they just played Akron. The Zips, 90+ for a team that can't score. Yeah, they got to get after it today. New Hampshire plus the 4. Then Alabama. Get that number right now, over 6.5. Devils, Blue Jackets. I'm doing it as I give you the recap. I'm making the bet in real time. Then Mikey B, we're going to Raptors minus 8.5. This has been a low-key, really good cover team. They're a really good over team as well. Then 2 plays from SportsLine. We're going to go Inter Milan, AC Milan, both teams to score. Then find it in the bet where you can go under 4.5. That will bring the number from a negative to a positive, and anything under 4 goals like 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, that all wins. Then Montana State minus 3.5 as well. Then the AB3, that's what everybody is worried about. $200 to 2 winners, $100 each. Oklahoma money line, South Carolina money line, Michigan money line, all in college hoops. It gives you a return of plus 182. And I would like nothing more than to give away more money on the show live too. What? As if the day could not get any better, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are brand new to the show, this is our leader. He is the jeweler. What do we owe this very unexpected surprise?
Well, Coach, the fine folks over at CBS Sports Digital sent me a little care package in the mail the other day, and what came with it was this very sweet Final Four March Madness jacket. And you know what? I want a little showdown action with the AB3. So I'm gonna pick someone out of the chat.
Okay.
And if the AB3 doesn't hit, I'm gonna send them this right here, little rain jacket, Final Four 2022 New Orleans jacket on me.
So I'm a little slow right now. So what we're saying is it's a win-win. Somebody's going to win.
Somebody's got to win something. If the AB3 doesn't hit, I'm going to send something courtesy of the jeweler.
My mind is blown. My mind is absolutely blown. How do we do this? But, jeweler, you are also the man of the people. So you know what? I'm going to say yes to that. So somebody will win.
Somebody will win. So after we get the 2 for the 2 winners for the AB3, I'll go through and I'll pick someone who's a non-winner. I hope you like a medium. That's the only option because that's what you sent me.
Yeah, you better be a medium.
Oh well.
Or if you're not a medium, you can give it away to somebody. It'd be a very nice gift as well.
Exactly.
I freaking love this. See, sometimes you turn, peanut butter into, I don't even know what the saying is, but you know what I mean. Sometimes when you look like it's just going to be a random Tuesday, all this fun happens. Jeweler, I love the shirt. Thank you for the very, very nice surprise. Thank you, sir. That is the jeweler. Damn it. This show turned out to be really, really good. All right. Hey, you know what's so funny? You know what's funny is my man, Baby Daddy 0621, just put his Twitter handle into the chat. I love the fact that he thinks he can win 2 days in a row. That is next level savagery. Can you imagine if all of you came on the show tomorrow and I said, oh, guess who won today? And I said his name again, you guys would kill me. But I'm not saying it can't happen. Can't happen. All right. We're up against it. We've already seen the recap. We've seen the jeweler. We've seen AB. We've seen my beautiful cappers today. But there's only one thing with a old Band-Aid. That's nasty. How about we do one thing left to do? Can't believe I let that happen. One thing left to do. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Alabama, Mikey B, Zach Attack, of course, AB, and the jeweler on the ones and the twos, and stuff just coming out of our ears to give away. But you got to watch the show to participate, and that's what we're all about. Tell all your friends, you want to have fun? You want to be included? You want to be a part of something special and not be made fun of? Very much. It's right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.